Hi everyone. So everybody is having the recording access. So guys, you can start recording button. So in the top of the attendance list, you can see the start recording button. You can just click on that, so you can able to record your session directly in your system. You can record the session. So I given the organizer access. On the top of the attendance list, you can see the start recording button. Please don't select the start recording button immediately. So on the start recording button, there are right side you can see the settings. So click on settings. So once you click on the settings, so preferences of GoToMeeting you can see. Okay, everybody guys. So I think most of them knows that how to do the recording. So the top of the attendance list you can see the start recording button. So the right hand side you can see the settings. Please select the settings. In the select settings buttons, see the preferences go to meeting, it will open once you select the settings. So in the categories, please select the recording. So once you select the recording, so the right hand side you can see video and audio. In video option, so please select the convert to Windows Media Player file. Please select the option convert to Windows Media Player file. So once you select that, so this recording session is going to save into your My Document folder. Okay, save in, you can see, or you can, if you want to change it, you can change the path also. Then now you can start recording button. Once you select that, so it will record session with your voice and my voice. Okay, yeah, we'll wait for 2 more minutes to others to join. Then we start the session immediately. Yes, Arvind. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Arvind, plan. Yeah, I think I replied to your email. Yeah, again you replied me back. Yeah, most probably I can finish this. Let me see. Planning to finish this training most probably on 15th or 16th. Yeah, 16th I can finish. So we'll take the extra sessions. Yes. Yeah, Arvind, that I can do. Maybe final session will be, I think it is 16th. If possible, so coming Saturday, not this Saturday. So next Saturday I will take the more hours. Okay. So guys, so in the last session we discussed about linking one report to the another report, right? So today we'll see how to analyze the report with a multi-dimensional way. Okay. So how to analyze the reports with a multi-dimensional way, so that we can do it with the drill option, with the drill enable. By doing the drill enable, so we can end user can analyze the report with a multi-dimensional way. Okay. Basically, what exactly the multi-dimensional way? So user can analyze the report from the highest level to the lowest level and lowest level to the highest level. That is what multi-dimensional analysis. Okay. with a multiple length, like, and also user can from the highest level to the lowest level, lowest level to the highest level. What exactly that means? User can see the report from the summary level to the detail level. So here, so the last session we discussed linking one report to the other report. It is like again the summary to detailed report, but so that is not within the hierarchy. So hierarchy means, what is hierarchy? And a hierarchy is an ordered series of related dimensions. Hierarchy is an ordered series of related dimensions. Like similarly, generally you can see the report, like whenever I click the year object, so it is open a new report and display the lot of fields in the detailed report, right? But the drill enable, once you done the drill option, so then what you can do it, you can analyze the report. So year to the month and month to the so month to the week, week to the day wise, you can see that. Basically what you are doing, so you are analyzing the report to multi-dimensional level within the hierarchy. I mean, like, so how you are going to see the detailed report by using the drill down option. So from the highest level to the lowest level, that is can be done within the hierarchy. So what is an hierarchy? It is an order series of related dimensions. What exactly the related dimension? See, let's take the time object. Let's take the time. So time class. So in the time class, what you can see, year, quarter, month, and sales revenue, right? All these things you can see, right? So you can see the data year to the quarter, quarter to the month, month to the week. So that is what we can drill down. That is what drill down. So analyzing the report from the highest level to the lowest level. That is what drill down option. And drill up. So we can analyze the reports from the lower level to the highest level. So nothing but a drill by option. Sorry, drill up option. Okay. So let's connect to the designer tool. So I'm connecting to the designer tool, universe designer tool. So now what I'm doing here, just I'm importing the existing universe, which is the fashion. Browse it, and there is a webby universe folder is there. So how to import the universe? Just I'm connecting to the repository. So in the repository there are many folders are there. So webby universe, the folder. In this folder you can see the list of the universes. Okay, I'm importing the one of the universe, which is eFashion. So click on OK. And in the meantime, let's open the programs launchpad. Sayed, you can record the session. You have the recording option every day. You can record it the session. Okay. So click on the top of the attendees list. You can see the start recording button. Okay. So, but before that, what you need to do before selecting the recording selection, start recording button. So the right hand side you can see the settings. In the settings, so you need to select the okay. So you need to select in the recording option. You need to select the the recording. In the recording you can see the video option. So convert to Windows Media Player file, you need to select the radio button. So the radio button you need to select convert to Windows Media Player. So once you select that, then you can click on recording button. Okay. So now what I am doing here, so take user 18, you can log on here. So meantime let me check, go back to the invoice here. We have not discussed, we have not started the designer tool, just I am showing here, so you will understand later what exactly the invoice. So let me do, because in the last session we modified the some of the hierarchies, that's what I just am showing you. Okay, see what exactly the hierarchy? Hierarchy is nothing but it is an order series of related dimension. How the order it is? Year, the quarter, month, week, and holiday, right? So this is the order. Even if you go to the store name, so state, city, and store name. This is a order series of related dimensions, like store related dimensions, right? And similarly, if you go to the product, so product lines also you can see product lines category is clear. This is the order. Okay. So that means, so you can, what I told you, what is exactly the drill down option. With the drill down, you can drill down the report, so you can see the from the highest level to the lowest level within the hierarchy, right? So within the hierarchy, what exactly it means? So you can see the data from year to the quarter, quarter to the month, month to week, week to holiday wise. That is what you can see the detailed information by using the drill down option. Okay, by using the drill down option, that you can see it. Now go back here. So I am creating a new report, web intelligence document. It's taking some time. Yeah. Okay. So meantime we can discuss about the hierarchies. See here, you can, if you go to the hierarchies, there is a default hierarchies and custom hierarchies. So there you can see the guys, the customer, so default hierarchies and the default hierarchies and the custom hierarchies. So what exactly the custom hierarchy and what is the default hierarchy? So with the default hierarchy, nothing but it is a default order of the universe structure objects. See in the time period, you can see the year, quarter, month, week, holiday. So using this option, if you select the default hierarchy, so you can drill down the report from the year to the quarter, quarter to the month. But some users, they don't want, most of the users, they don't want to drill down the report. After a year, they want to see the month wise. So user is not interested to drill down the report month wise. And similarly, user not interested to the holiday wise information. So you want to see the year to the month, month to week. Only the 3 levels you want to drill down the report. So it's not 3 level, it's a 2 level. So quarter to the month to week. Okay, month and week. So when you see, when you click on year, so immediately it will display the detailed report of the year. That means month it should display, month to week. So that way it should display the low level information. So the default order, so whatever the data order is there, that it will display if you select the default order. And if you select the custom hierarchies, then so you can modify it. So after a year I want to select the month. After a year, it should display the month-wise data. Then, so once you select the, see, once you set up this hierarchy, so based on the hierarchy only, the drill down is up, drill down works. Okay, so go back to the reporting again. Webby report. I don't know what happened. It's taking a lot of time. Okay, let's connect to the other server. So business object folder, Java BA Launchpad, and also similarly I'm trying to open the UDT tool, Inverse Designer tool. Where you will find the UDT tool in the client folder, business object BA platform client folder. Okay, UDT, and entering the username. Click on log on here. Guys, meantime I am trying to open the UDT tool here. Okay. Okay, click on new web intelligence document here. Let me import the universe. Let's see, just I want to see we selected the list of, sorry, the hierarchies, which is the default hierarchies and custom hierarchies. Okay, it's the default hierarchies. Then, so let's create a Webby report. Click on new Webby universe. This is a new server. You don't find the many universes here. The older or another server, you can see the many universes, right? So select the fashion universe. Select it. Now what I am doing, I am just dragging the few objects here. I am not dragging all the objects. So year object I am taking. So here I am taking, and the state I am taking here, and the product clients, the measures, sales revenue I am taking here. So guys, if you see the SQL query, so here state, product line, sales revenue from the single table, right? So now run this query. Once you run the report, you can see the herewise sales revenue information with respect to their state and product lines, right? Fine. So now, so I want to see whenever I am clicking on 2004, then immediately it will give the detailed information, low level information. That means quarter wise data it should display. So how we can enable the drill option? Go to the analysis tab. Guys, you can see the drill option here. Select the drill option. So once you select the drill option, guys, you can see there is a like hyperlink is displaying, right? So 2004 hyperlink. So now when you drill down the quarter, see whenever, so I am clicking on here, right? So whenever trying to take the cursor to the 2004, what it is showing? Drill down to the drill down to the quarter, right? It is displaying the drill down to the quarter. And also you can observe, guys, there is a new query. Why it is creating a new query? Because so we don't have the quarter wise query in the database level, in the our report level. The query which is generated the year wise only. But so what happened when you click on drill down to the quarter, the backend it will create a new query. Once it is created a new query, this SQL query will go to the database. It will fetch the record from the but quarter wise results. Okay. So when you are doing here, right? So this data, this query go to the database, it will fetch the records from the database. And again, if you click on the quarter to month, so guys you can see drill down to the month. So this drill option is very important in a real time. So you'll see this type of common reports, drill down reports and linking reports. So you can see the many reports, many report requirement you will find in the real time. Okay, and similarly guys you can see, say I'm selecting the 2005. So now the data will change in the drop down list. Now I'm selecting the quarter 4 results. Now the quarter 4 month it is displaying, right? So the quarter 4 month is like 10th, 11th, 12th month, right? It is displaying the 12 months of data, 3 months of data, 10 to 12 months of data, right? And now just select the quarter 3 results. Now you can see the quarter 3 months it will display based on the selection, based on values selected here. So those values it will display, those months information it will display. And similarly, if you go to the drill down to the next level, so month to again drill down to the week new query. Okay, this is a way. So you can drill down the report. After a week, you can still drill down to the holiday wise. Okay. Suppose I want to go back to the the high level information. That means I want to see the from the lowest level to the highest level. How that can be possible? By using the drill up option. You can see the drill up option you can see here. So click here, drill up to week. See, when you drill up, right, it's not creating any query because so we already retrieved the data from the database. So week, quarter, month. So when you drill up, you don't find any new query in the year. Drill up to the month, and again drill up to the quarter, drill up to the year. Right? So this is a way. So we can drill down the report, we can drill up the report. Similarly, guys, you can see you can select the state. So state, drill down to the city. Why I am showing new query? Why I am telling very strictly about a new query? Because when you drill down the report first time, so it will create a new query in the database. It will fetch the records from the database. So getting the data from the database, very low level information, the performance degrades when you do the drill option, right? Fine. So but that also we can do some other way. So to improve the performance of the drill option. So now click on straight to the California to next level city. So based on the state's information, you can see the list of the cities. Let's see, I'm selecting the Texas. Then Texas cities information will display. Let's select the TC. Then this is state information. Suppose if you want to display all the states information, then select all state. So all the states information will display. Okay, this is a way. So we can drill down the report, we can drill up the report. Okay, and similarly, so drill by, there is option called the drill by. Drill by means so you can analyze the report from the one level to the other dimension, one hierarchy to the other hierarchy. See guys, so drill down and drill up, that can be done by using the within the hierarchy. So what is the option called the drill by? So with the drill by option, you can go to the any other hierarchy. So similarly, time period, directly I can move to the week hierarchy, and the state, directly I can move to the city object. Say time period, I am selecting the quarter, then so the quarter wise it will display the data. So that means drill by option, what we can do it with the drill by option, so we can move with the different hierarchy. So drill down, drill up, so that can be done by within the hierarchy, but with the drill by option you can display the data So with other hierarchies, that is what about the drill by option, right? Is that clear, guys? Everybody? So this is the way end user can analyze the report with a multi-dimensional way. Fine. So now, so close this. I'm creating one more report. So how we can improve the performance of the drill option? So whenever we are discussing about the drill, there is a scope of analysis concept will come. So I'm selecting the year object, what state, product lines I'm taking, sales revenue. Okay. So there you can see that, guys, you can find the scope of analysis. So once you select the scope of analysis, see how many levels you want to drill down the report. That levels you can select here. So I'm selecting the one level. That means, so till one level you fetch the records from the database at one time run. So when you run the query immediately, the data will fetch it from the year, quarter wise, state wise, city wise, product wise, category wise. So we can fetch it from the database. Okay. So what is the purpose? See, if you don't set up the scope of analysis, so you can see the data, you can fetch the records from the year wise, state wise, product lines from the database. But when you set this scope of analysis till one level, the data we are fetching it from the first level of the data, quarter, city wise also. Even if you see the SQL also will generate the quarter wise and the city wise. Even though we are not selected the objects in the result object panel, but still the SQL is generated with the one level of the hierarchies. Okay. So I have selected the one level of hierarchy, then run this query. Now go to the analysis tab, then drill option. Now guys, you can see when you like left hand side also, you can see the objects are available in our database, in our repository only. That means in our data provider only. The quarter wise, city wise and category wise information we have already retrieved from the database. So no need to create any new query for when you are drill down to the next level. So the data will come immediately without waiting any time. Because see, generally if you don't set up this scope of analysis, when you build on the report, it is creating a new query and it is fetching the data from the database. So for that it will take some time when you drill down the report. But if you set up the scope of analysis, so it will improve the performance of the report. See guys, if you select the 2004, when you drill down to the quarter, you don't find any new query, right? So earlier we have seen the new query. Right now, when you click on drill down, so it will display the quarter-wise data. But we have seen only the one level of the hierarchies. But still, one level of the scope of analysis I set up. But still, you can able to drill down. So then scope of analysis, if you set up the scope of analysis only one level, that means so you can able to drill down only the one level. No. So you can go to the next level also. But so when you go to the next level, it will create a new query. So then again performance degrades. See guys, in the backend you can see the new query, right? Drill down to the month to the new query. Okay. But if you go to the California, right, there is nothing called the new query, because so the first level of the hierarchy is the next level of the hierarchy is the city only, right? So that's city. Then if you try to drill down the next level, then it will create a new query. Now guys, you can see new query. Right? Even quarter also new query. Okay. So this is a way. So the scope of analysis is useful to set up the levels. Okay. I hope it's clear, everybody. Any questions? Anybody have any questions here? Yeah. So So guys, you can see, you can drill down the report to the measure object also. Okay. Click on cell 7, then it is displaying the category wise. Okay. But that is not in the hierarchy. So the data which is not displaying in the hierarchy. Okay. So then next level quarter 1, week wise data it is displaying. Okay. Drill up. Now you can see. And question 2, can we drill up only when perform drill down at least once? Okay, right. So you need to set up. So to enable the drill option, you always select the drill option. Then only you can able to drill down these reports. Okay, it's not at least one, at least two. So once you select the drill option, you can drill down the with all the level of hierarchies. Okay, but if you set up the scope of analysis, so you can drill down to the next level without creating any new query. That is the purpose we use the scope of analysis. But even if you set up the scope of analysis one level, but still you can move to the next level of hierarchy also. You can drill down the report with the next level of hierarchy. But so whenever you are doing the next level of hierarchy, it is creating a new query, right? That we have seen. See, now if you see again quarter to the month, it is there already. Then month to week, we are not created any drill down, right? Now you can see. Now guys, you can see it is displaying the new query in the query level. Drill down to week. So it is creating a new query in the backend. So that way, so when it is creating a new query in the backend, it will take a lot of time to retrieve it from the database. But here you don't find the performance issue because so we have very less data. There is like only some 50,000 records are there in the database. But if you have in real time, you can see the difference when you drill down the report. Okay. Joshi, Mitesh, I'm not clear how to change the month format in the drill down. So month format drill down. So format means what you want to do it. So you want to display the month. So instead of 1, you want to display the Jan 5th. So that is not possible. Yes. So you can display the data. You can display the instead of 1 month. So instead of 1, you can display the January by doing the variable, by creating the variables. So if month is equal to 1, then Jan. If month is equal to number 2, then Feb. Like that way, you can format this month object. Okay, fine. So now, so let's do it with the custom hierarchies. So what I am doing, so instead of the default hierarchies, I want to drill down the report year to the month to week only. Okay, then select the custom hierarchies. So then quarter is not required. Remove this. And also I don't want to drill down the report holiday wise. Only the 2 levels of hierarchy I have selected here. And even the store also, I don't want to drill down the report city wise. Just state and store, that's it. And similarly, see, if you see, there are many level of hierarchies there. So in this report, I want to see for the product wise, I'm interested to see only the product lines to the category. Only the 1 level is required. Okay, fine. So here month, week, and state, store name, category, product lines, and category. So once you set up the category custom hierarchies, then export this inverse to the repository. Exporting this inverse to the repository. Then guys, you can create a report again with the custom hierarchies. So go back here, web intelligence document, application, click on new, select the universe. You can select it. So now what I am doing here, I am selecting the year object, state I am selecting, product lines, the measures I am taking here, sales and transfer. So analysis tab, select the drill option. Now guys, you can see drill down to the month. It is displaying the drill down to the month, right? No, that can be done with the Webby report level also, Webby level also. It is not only we can do it with the invoice level, that we can do it at the Webby level also. How we can do that? So guys, you can see that we can check it. So just I will show you here. So when you scope of analysis is there, right? So here you can select the custom hierarchies. You can see the custom hierarchies. After here I want to display the month only. I don't want to display. Then you need to add this month object after here. This is a way we can do the custom hierarchies at the report level also. Okay. Okay. Now guys, you can see here to the month it is displaying, right? So that is what earlier. So whenever we are discussing about the drill down with our default hierarchies, right? So after here, then so the report can drill down to the quarter wise. But what happened here? This time it is displaying the month wise data. Then month to quarter, week, sorry, month to week, only the two levels. Then after that you cannot drill down report. Then drill up. Then similarly California to store name. There is no city, right? So but default the city hierarchy is there. Okay. So this is a way. So we can drill down the report, drill up the report, drill by reports. With these three options we can do it. So guys, any questions? So, and there are remaining concepts also there in web intelligence. So how you use the subqueries like combined queries, and how to create a report by connecting to the multiple inverse match dimensions concept. So that we'll discuss later once we design, once we implementing the inverse, that we can discuss. Okay. Fine. Any questions in the drill part? Shilpa, you understand, right, how we can do the custom hierarchies at the inverse, at the report level? Here in the scope of analysis we can modify here. Okay, after here I want to drill down the report month wise, then stop here. Then when you drill down the report here to the week wise, it will display.
Hello?
So invoice development process. So generally when we need, yes. Yes,
I have one question. Using the custom hierarchies, does it like affect the performance? Is it like based on the requirement? Does it enhances the performance or does it affects the performance?
No, it doesn't affect to the performance. So until you select the, generally when you do the drill down, always it if you don't set up the scope of analysis, so it will definitely will give the results very slowly when you drill down the report. But if you set up the scope of analysis at one level or two levels, so that way you can improve the performance. With the custom hierarchies, so with the custom hierarchies, it doesn't affect to the performance. Okay.
Okay. No, if
okay,
I use the custom hierarchies in the report level, does it affect? No, I'm not talking about the universe level.
Yes, correct. So if you set up the custom hierarchies at the report level, then it will give the good performance. Because so why it will give the good performance? Because we are fetching the data. If you set up the scope of analysis on one level or two level, or if you set up the custom level hierarchy at the report level, so at first runtime only you are fetching the records. So how many custom hierarchies you selected, right? So that way it will improve the performance of the query. Yes, you are correct.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So next is the universe development process. So you know guys, like what exactly the universe? Universe is the semantic layer between the database and the web developers. So when we creating the report, so we are selecting the one of the universes and one of the universe and generating a report. But the universe which is connected to the one of the source system, one of the database, right? So by using the one of the database, we implementing the universe. Okay. So what exactly the universe development process start? Let's see. So prepare, know the data source. Once the data is ready in the database, then only we can start gather the requirement. See, even once the data is already there or like the setup is already there, then only we can start this analyzing the requirement. So there is no data and we cannot analyze, we cannot gather the requirement. It will not possible to gather the requirements because we don't know like what type of the report they are asking. So until you know the data source, database, right? So that's what first you need to know the data source, understand the data source, how the database structure. So is it a star schema, is it a snowflake schema, and how is it Oracle? Is it the database is Oracle database, or is it like a SQL Server? Is the source SAP source system? So all these things you should know before gathering the requirement from the end user. Directly you cannot blindly you can go to the end users and get the requirements, right? So maybe end users give the under reports. So you need to understand the under reports, what exactly they are looking. So is it feasible or not with our existing database? That you need to know first before gathering the requirement from the end users. Okay. So once you know the data source, once you understand the data source and how the relation between the tables, how many fact tables are there, and each fact table, what are the type of the fields are there, what type of the data is available. So once you understand that only, then only you can gather the requirement and you can analyze the requirement of the users. Okay, analyze the part. So identify the needs of the end user population. So what are the fields is looking for each report. Okay, each report you need to analyze it. So once you analyze the report, so assume like there are backend 100 reports are there. So to implement the 100 reports, so what type of the objects, how many objects we need to create in the universe structure, and how many tables we need to insert the universe structure, that you need to plan it. The plan means it's not actual implementation. So by looking the existing structure, so we need to plan the universe design. Okay, that can be done in the document, not on the the practical, not on the directly implementation. Once you plan the designing the universe, see, so for 100 reports, I need to create the 1,000 of objects. 1,000 objects. Out of 1,000 objects, there are dimension, detail, measure objects. So that you need to define when you plan the design. Okay. So once you plan the designing, then so you need to start the implementing the universe. So that means you need to create the universe, right? So create the universe. Then once the creating the universe is done, so we need to deploy. You need to deploy this universe in the testing environment. So how we can deploy these universes in this testing environment, so that we can discuss later. So that can be done with the lifecycle management tool in 4.0, and in 3.1 with the import wizard we can deploy the universes and reports from the development to the QA to production. Okay. So you need to move this universe to the testing. The testing team people is going to test these universes. The testing team is going to test these universes, and once or including end users also. It's not only the testing is done by not only the testing team. Including the end users will do the testing. Okay. Once the testing is over, once the testing is completed, then we need to deploy this universe. So we need to deploy this universe into the production environment. So from there, so end user can see the real-time data. So in the report. So once you deploy this universe into the production environment, so end user can analyze the report with the real-time data. Okay. So that is about deployment, then evolve. So see, after 6 months or after 5 months, user might need some more objects in the reports. So but that objects are not available in the universe. That means, so we need to enhance the universe. Okay. So over a time period. So that is mean and evolve. So who is going to do this? The maintenance. So the BO, the enhancement team is going to do these enhancements. Okay. So that is about the universe process will start. It will end with a deployment. Okay. Prepare and analyze, plan and implementation, testing, deployment and evolve. This is about the universe development process. Okay, any questions about in the universe development process? Okay. Then creating the universe. How to start the universe designing? Define the parameters. So in the parameters, there are different parameters, universe parameters we have. And once you define the parameters, basically the parameters we are creating the connection to the database. Okay. So once you define the parameters, then so insert the tables. How many tables we are going to insert? So suppose in the database there are 100 tables are there. So are we going to insert the 100 tables? No. So it depends on the requirement. Based on the requirement, we are going to insert the tables. So once you insert the tables, so we need to join the tables. So if we don't join the tables, so if you create the report with the multiple tables, then you will get a Cartesian product error. You will get a wrong results. So you have to join the tables. And then, so once you resolve the joins, once you make the joins, so there you will find the join path problems. What are the join path problem? So loops, chasm traps and fan traps. So how that we can identify that loops, chasm traps, fan traps, and how we can resolve those join path problems, so that we can see. And then, so once you resolve those loops and the chasm traps and fan traps, then so we need to create the classes and objects. So once you define the classes and objects, once you create the classes and objects, then you need to set up the hierarchies. Why we require the hierarchies? So to users enable the drill option, we need to set up the hierarchies. Okay. So this is about the steps for creating the universe. Then you can see this, guys, the file. Once you select the new file and the new, then it will show you the parameters. In the parameters, you can see the definition. In the definition tab, so I'm talking about this UDT tool, Universe Designer tool, and the IDT, creating the universe using the IDT is the different steps. Okay, that we can discuss later. Once we complete the UDT and IDT. UDT is one of the tool to design the universe. IDT also is another tool to design the universe. So both the tools, so we can create the universe. IDT and UDT. Okay. But in future, you don't find the UDT tool. It might remove in the next versions. So you can see the only the IDT tool. Okay. So UDT, so which is coming from the older versions. So UDT is available in 3.1, XAR2, 6.5, 5.0. So from the older version, the UDT is there. And the new tool is the IDT in 4.0. Okay. So steps I am telling here for UDT tool. For UDT tool. Okay. And the definition, in the definition tab, what we are doing, so we are giving the universe name, and there we are creating the connection to the database. There we are creating the connection to the database. Okay. So once you define the connection to the database, then so we can insert the tables. But there are different parameters are there. Let's see one by one parameters. So in the summary tab, so we can see who created this universe and when the universe has created. Okay, created and creator name also you can see here, but the name it is not displaying, but you can see that. and modification date, and when the universe got modified, and who has modified that universe, that user name, you can see modified user name. Okay. And the revisions means so many times the universe is modified, the number of revisions you can see. And the statistics, so statistics of the universe you can see in the statistics information. So what exactly the statistics information, and how many tables you are inserted in the universe structure, and how many objects you have created, how many classes you have created, what are the different aliases are there, that you can see in the summary tab. And coming to the strategies, so in the strategies, suppose when you join the tables, when you insert the tables, so you want to join the tables automatically, or you want to join the tables manually with edit manually. So you can join manually also, but generally we do join the tables with manually, not with the matching columns, not automatically with the primary key foreign key relationship with the key information. No. So joins will occur so manually in the real time. Okay. So based on the requirement only we need to join the tables. So those things we can set up in the strategies tab. And the control tab. So we can control the SQL, control the data. So using this control tab. See, basically, so you are running the report. When you run the report, so data is huge amount of data is available in the database. But so there is a millions of records are there. To display that millions of record, fetching the data from the database, it is taking more time. So it is taking like so more than 15 minutes. Okay, that limitation you can put it. So any user can, if they are running the report, they can fetch only the 5,000 records, not more than that. That limitation you can put it. And the limitation execution time, limit execution time. So the limit execution time, basically why we keep this limit execution time. So if the users, most of the users, they are creating the attack reports. So if any user, like suppose there are 100 users are there, 100 users are running the report at a time with more than 15 minutes. In that case, if user running at a time, so more than 15 minutes, then immediately the view server will crash. Okay? So that is the purpose we'll keep this execution time. Any user can run the report not more than 10 minutes. If it exceeds, then immediately it will give error. It will give the warning. Okay? That is what the warning. It cost estimate exceeds. And limit size of long text objects. So when you are creating the object, so you can keep a limit to create the object, not more than 1,000 characters. Generally, it should not be more than 40 characters. Object should not be more than characters, because so if the object is like here is only 4 characters. Similarly, you can do it at 30 characters, but if it is more than 30 or 40, then it is very difficult to display that object at the report level. Assume like if it is a 40 characters of dimension object, then the column width, how it will be, right? The width will be more, and the pages will increase. The A3, you need to keep the, suppose all the objects is 30 characters, then the A3 or A2 size width you need to keep it, right? Generally, it should not be exceed more than 30 characters. But if it is exceeds, also nothing happens. It won't affect anything. And coming to the SQL, see, you can restrict the queries on the SQL side, query level. So this is the first one is the control on the report level. This is the query level. So when user want to, if user or the developer, BO, web developer want to create a report with the subqueries, or user want to, or the web developers want to allow the use of union, intersection, minus operators. So if you uncheck this, right, user cannot create the subqueries. It won't allow you to. It won't allow to web users to create the subqueries. So if you want to uncheck it, then you can uncheck that user doesn't create these subqueries. And multiple paths. So multiple paths will be, see, whenever we resolve the loop by using the context. So if you set up this multiple SQL statement for each context, it will create the separate select statement for each context. Similarly, multiple SQL statement for each message. And when generally we will keep all these checks, all these not unchecked, we have to check all these things. And in the control tab, we need to uncheck all these things. Limit size, result set, limit execution time, link size, limit size of the context. So these all these things we need to uncheck. Okay. Then we need to see the Cartesian product. Generally, when the Cartesian product form, so when you are creating the report with multiple tables, so if you don't join these tables, then only you will form the it will form a Cartesian product. So whenever any query the Cartesian product form, if you want to give the warning or not, if you prevent it, right, so it won't give any warning. Okay. If you want to warn it before run the query, it will show you so Cartesian product formed. Okay, that is about the SQL tab. And the links. So we can link one universe to the another universe. Suppose I have created one universe A and there is another universe B. So universe connected to the Oracle database A and also universe B also connected to the Oracle database A. So then you can link these universes. Okay. So generally in real time we don't use the linking tab. We don't join the universes. We don't include or add the universes. Okay, linking won't happen in real time. Okay, linking won't do it at the report at the real time. But still, like we can link one universe to the another universe. Right. But when you link the universes, the universe should be connected to the same database. Then only you can link it. Suppose one universe connected to the SQL server and another universe is connected to the Oracle database. In that case, you cannot link those universes. Okay. Fine. Yes, if it is linking is useful when the one universe is connected to the one other database, one universe connected to the another database. In that case, the linking part is useful. But here, so when you want to link the universe should be connected to the same database. Then only we can link it. Okay. This is about the universe parameters. Okay. So guys, any questions here about the universe parameters? So tomorrow we can discuss about how to create the universe on top of the Oracle database, and we'll see some of the SQL part also. So some of the complex queries, how to define the complex queries, that also we will see in the tomorrow session. Okay. Any questions, guys? Okay.
Hello?
And I hope everybody is having the access, Vivo server access, so you can start practicing on the web intelligence part. Then, so we going to start till now, like even if you don't practice also, you can able to understand all the concepts. But now onwards, you need to practice at least once. Then only you can understand all the concepts. Okay. Yeah. Shilpa, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, you said you can't link to different databases, right? In 4.2, there is an option that you can connect to multiple databases, right? That's what you have told us in the first class.
Yes.
Can't we link to universe?
No. See, why we need linking the one universe to another universe? So one universe itself, it is connecting to the multiple database, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also generally, see, the linking, so generally we don't do it a linking part. It is a very big risk when you are linking the part. Okay, that's what we don't do. So instead of linking universes, better, so existing universe you can modify it. Right? See, the connection, the universe is connected to the same database. So better you can insert, which is the new universes are there, right? Another universe is there, right? Whatever the tables are there, you can insert it, and create the join and create the object. That is the best way. Okay. And yes, so I told the IDT can connect to the multiple databases. So that is IDT is introduced in 4.0. Earlier it was not there. So earlier we need to create the separate universes, so if the multiple databases are there. But now in 4.0, we don't require to create the separate universe for the separate database. So one universe can connect to the multiple databases. Okay. Yes, Sudhakar, I will send you the server access details today. Okay. Okay, fine guys. Anybody have any questions? So tomorrow we can meet, we can discuss the remaining concepts. Thanks everyone.
The organizer has ended